1093 English Language Paper 2. This is a 2 hours paper. The structure of this paper, there are 2 parts where each part is worth 50 marks, where you need to write one imaginative piece and one writing for an audience. So both essay will consist of 25 marks each. Now, you have 2 hours to finish this paper, and ideally you are spending 1 hour for each. Should be efficient enough. The imaginative writing. In this paper, they present with you 3 different prompts. Each one may be something like this: opening or closing of a story, creating a scenario when giving a sentence, or a descriptive piece. Besides that, there will also be comparing 2 likely events as well as monologues between 2 characters. There are different components you'll have to consider before writing an effective imaginative writing piece. A narrative voice is where, after reading and choosing the prompt you like, check whether you have added or hinted upon the voice you should use. You can either use first or third person. If that isn't given, then in your plan you can choose and use it on your advantage. The characterization is where there are going to be some prompts where you'll have characters, and in English, the main idea of achieving a high score is to develop a proper structure when writing. Characterization, if used properly, will help you to create proper personas and will enhance your piece. You need sometimes to ask yourself, what is the physical clothing and behavior? What will the characters play or role and dialogue will be? It can be a rough sketch for dialogue. You must remember, when you're writing, you have to show and don't tell. Many of us learn this in our younger years with small objects and storytelling. This is what a vital skill can be used in our writing. Show, don't tell, when you add more description and details to an action or event instead of directly stating it. The sentence structure and variance. Do not structure your sentence in the same way every time. Have some variance to it. So this will make it boring when you always begin your sentence the same way and using the same words. Changing it around a bit adds flavor and spices, and at the same time it is very essential when writing in English for any type of prompt. Locations, it does matter a lot. So whether you describe an ice cream shop or a dungeon, you need to make sure your readers feel like they are there. So you have to create a situation where your readers are prompted to read, at the same time they must get the interest of reading your piece of writing without feeling bored. Let them feel chained if they are in a dungeon, for example. So this may sound a little intimidating, but with a minimal practice, this type of vivid writing can come. As for additional tips, if you can't approach a description, try to use your senses. It is the easiest way to get started. So make sure you have your plan. Even if it takes 10 minutes, do not rush, but plan. If you are pressed for time, you can still relax because you have the plan. And if you didn't, your writing will be all over the place. So you do not have to use whatever ideas that you can't think of. Always use whatever suits you, and remember that your beginning and end of the story matter the most and make them captivating. So these are few types of writing you can see. It's either a letter or it can be a piece of writing where your creative writing takes place, and mostly are descriptive and narrative writing. As for speech, the only way to achieve great speech is to understand that passage very well, which is what the test is overall. But you can get the best out of everything if you had understood the function. Always know the tone, and if the speaker is inspiring, mimic that. Add some quotes you have read and make it feel good. Your piece of writing should always imbibe what has been created in the passage, and not following that can really pull your grades down. As for advertisements, the ad is the same thing. Most of it just telling you how you are with English. Always remember that the tone is to be persuasive. Convince your readers. Just as you are setting a proper tone, you need to keep in mind that you are staying on the same boat. Do not drift off topic, or else you are pretty much will get no marks for it. Continuing your passage. This comes back to the main point. You will only maximize your score if you know the passage very well, and you have to continue the passage with ease. Diary and journal entry. Generally speaking, you don't need to write the format for this type of entry. All you need is to write about experience the character felt and all. So, knowing the passage well, this would be easier for you. And always remember or keep in mind that I understand that I have repeated that knowing the passage very well many times. Understand is the key word. If you know the passage, the ins and out, and you think you can get your readers to feel like the author, which, by the way, comes in practice, you can score the Part B section far better. That's all from me. Thank you.